Italian cabinet has defied the European Commission and stuck to its spending plans. This comes a month after the Commission took the unprecedented step of rejecting Italy's big spending budget. The decision opens up questions between Rome and Brussels around sovereignty between member states and the EU. Sasha Vaculina reports now on how Rome's defiance of EU fiscal rules is being received at home.
When the European Union formally rejected Italy's proposed budget back in October, it was an unprecedented move from Brussels, which has sparked the war of words between the EU and Rome over Italy's spending plans. Has it had any impact on the way Italians manage their expenses? The owner of this busy bar in Rome says some of his visitors decided to save the money.
Some people began to be careful about even small expenses, not the big ones, because in a bar you spend just a little bit of money. Some customers are saving money on cups of coffee, and now they take only one cup instead of two.
This is not the only change. In a bigger picture, the budget argument between Rome and Brussels made many Italians think about their independence and sovereignty.
Are we or are we not a sovereign state? Are we or are we not free to decide our own destiny? It is true, we are part of the European context, but after 8 years, this context has led us to these results.
Certainly, being part of the European Union and being one of the founding countries of the European Union, Italy must respect certain restrictions and certain rules, but I think it is right that Italy has a certain autonomy to try to solve the homeland problems from which the European Union is keeping a distance.
Italy's Prime Minister repeatedly said that the country will not leave the EU or abandon the euro. Sasha Vaculina, Euronews.
Well, let's get some more analysis on this from the European side. And Elena Cavalloni joins us now from Strasbourg. Good morning, Elena. This is a row that's been rumbling on for weeks now. How can the two sides break what is essentially a deadlock?
Well, actually, the deadlock is basically Italy would like to spend more to finance some of the measures that also this coalition government promised during the electoral campaign, while the EU wants Italy to respect fiscal rules also, because in the past Italy has benefited from a lot of flexibility. If the European Commission, I mean, the letter that Rome sent to the European Commission is very clear and said that they want to go ahead with this budgetary maneuver, which sets higher deficit well behind the European Commission recommendations, and this could open the way for an unprecedented clash with the European Commission. And on the 21st of November, the executive power of the European Union is due to give its final decision on the draft budget plan, and it's very likely to opt for an infringement procedure, and in that case, that would put additional pressure also on Italy's public finances. And Vice Prime Minister Matteo Salvini was very clear with that yesterday. He said that Europe has to deal with the decision of the Italian government. This is exactly what he said yesterday. We have his declarations.
All I can say is that we are working on a financial plan that includes more job roles, more rights for retirement, less taxes, if not for everyone, for many Italians. If the European Union will like it, we'll be happy. If they don't like it, we'll do it anyway.
Yes, this is what Matteo Salvini said yesterday. We have to be reminded that in case of an infringement procedure with Italy, this would be an unprecedented move from the European Commission that would put additional pressure on public finances. But also it's a strategy to head towards the European elections in May. As you know, the European elections will be very important this time. There is a rise of populism that spurs the fears in all the European continent, included Italy. And that's why it's probably a strategy for the Italian government also to set this discourse, this anti-European discourse, in the view of these elections.